Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the WTCR series on GT Sport. This is the final round, round 7 of this championship. This is race 1 and we're about ready for a start, but what we're going to do is just quickly look at the tyres that people are running in this one. So it is Neil Farmack who is on pole position from seat 1, Nick Hash in 3rd, Callum in 4th, then we've got Bidzster on the medium tyre and Rodders on the medium tyre as well. Remember, Bidzster in this one, because of winning the last race, is on maximum ballast, and also second ballast is task 1, that's why he's further down. And then we've got Rodders on the mediums, obviously 6th place. Then we've got Stacker 7th, task 1 on the mediums in 8th place, and then 9th is Firepower. Quite a few absentees for this first race, unfortunately, but it's the way that things go sometimes. People can't help daily work lives and that, so it's fine. So, as we get ready for a start in, Neil Farmack on pole from seat 1, Nick Hash, and then there's the rest of the field. Callum, Bidzster, etc. It's between Bidzster and Callum for the championship in this one. Lights are ready to go out. Now, off we go. Seat 1, a fantastic start from Nick Hash and that. Neil Farmack a bit further back, obviously front wheel drive, but still not a bad start from Neil. He's going to be 3rd into the first corner as it is, I think. In we go, bit of a battle in the mid-pack behind. There's Firepower and task 1 close together, and then out the first corner then. It's seat 1 in the lead from Nick Hash, Neil Farmack, Callum in 4th place. It's between Callum and Bidzster for the championship. Bidzster's gone backwards here, obviously with the front wheel drive start and the weight on board, so it's not going to help him here. He's even got Firepower in front of him as well, and Firepower's in front of his teammate in the lighter car. As we look at Rodders, running a bit wide there, the two Subarus go side by side with the Scirocco behind, looking for a way through. Firepower around the outside of task 1 then, into this next corner, into the first Degner. Side by side go the two Subarus as task 1 goes on the outside of Firepower up the inside, and he goes right round the outside of his teammate. Brilliant move there from task 1. As we look at the up at the leaders then, it's seat 1 from Nick Hash still, Neil Farmack, Callum, and then we've got Rodders in 5th with the two Subarus, and Firepower grass cutting his way past his teammate there, but I think he'll let him go for that, and Bidzster closes up as well. All happening here, not many cars on track, but still it's good racing as we come up towards Spoon Curve. Nick Hash looking to get towards Seek, and Neil Farmack looking to get towards Nick Hash as well. Into the Spoon Curve exit as Nick Hash goes wide into the gravel. That's going to lose him time there. He gets passed by Neil and possibly his teammate Callum as well. Here come the rest. Rodders, task 1, and then Firepower and Bidzster side by side. Remember, Bidzster's got the weight on the car here as we go through 130R then, through the infamous 130R. Seat 1 nicely through there, so's Neil. Callum is in front of Nick Hash, Nick Hash is still in front of Callum. There's, task 1 almost losing control of the car there. Oh, well held, and Bidzster closes right up on the brakes, but no way through there for the weight heavy Bidzster. He's got a lot of weight in that car, 200 kilos from the last race. Unfortunately, TY an absentee in this first race, not being able to make it on time due to work commitments, which is fair enough, and so is Jamo's not here either because he's got work commitments as well. As we're almost 3 wide, Scirocco in a Subaru sandwich down towards the first corner, and Bidzster in the Scirocco just gets ahead. He needs as many points as he can get from this, or he needs Callum not to finish too far high up. But there's Seek 1 now, under pressure from the first of the Mazdas, which is Nick Hash. So Nick Hash pressurising seat 1 up this section here. Fastest first sector for Nick Hash, obviously it will be with having the start last time. And there's seat 1 trying to keep him at bay, and then we've got another pack back here, which is the task 1 Bidzster and basically Bidzster and the Subarus. He's got Subarus all around him. He's into the Degners. Neil Farmack in the lead then from seat 1. Neil Farmack takes the lead, so we missed out on that change. We'll get a replay on that. As we look back now at Nick Hash as we come back from that, he runs a bit wide there. Now, will Nick help his teammate out here, or will he not? Because it's all about, because Callum really needs the points for the championship, but also Nick's in his own battle with a lot of these boys as well. So Nick is having a big battle here with his battle is really with Stacker in this race, but it would be with TY and Jamo if they were here as well. So very close between all of them competitors. As we look at the two Subarus going side by side up towards the next corner, and we've got task 1 just ahead. Firepower tucks in behind, goes a bit wide there. Will Stacker take advantage of this? But So that was Task 1 running wide. So Firepower gets back through in the Subarus. They both swap positions now. Bidzster on the back of Rodders now in the Lexus. The Lexus will pull away on the straight for definite as Seat1's off the road there. Seat1's completely off the road. Wow. Talk about pushing. But Nick Hash there in third, Callum fourth. Again, we'll have to see if the Mazdas start helping each other as Rodders goes wide, Bidzster goes through. And then Firepower, I think, went a bit wide there as well. He was back on track in front of his teammate with all that weight on. He's got Task 1 there in number 10. He's got second place weight on. So he's got 160 kilos in that car added. So that is a lot of extra weight as we go down the straight. Check on the leaders then. So Seat 1 is still trying to close up to Neil Farmack, no cigar yet, as then Nick Hash still with Callum behind him. Bidzster leading this pack now then. Rod is in front of Rodders, so Bidzster, even with the weight on, it's not facing him as Stacker goes off at turn 1, just goes in way too deep, and now he's got to try and get the car recovered, and he let go of the power. If it actually kept the power on there, it would have kept it going, but unlucky for Stacker there. As we look at the rest of the pack coming up through the left right section of Suzuka. Very famous track, and always provides entertainment as it is now as Rodders goes wide and Firepower goes to the outside trying to find a way through. His teammates coming back into the hunt now, but still no way through for those guys as we look at Neil Farmack now under pressure from Seek 1 in the BMW, the Jägermeister BMW pressurising the Spitfire Audi, and then we've got the two Jack Daniels Mazdas, but in the wrong order if you think about it for the championship. Callum could do with that third place to help him out. There's Bidzster in the Scirocco Independent on his own, 5th place. Rodders in 6th for the Tide Lexus, and then the two hoppy Subarus getting hopping mad at each other, and then Task 1 goes up the inside of Firepower and gets it done. So then Stacker goes back down to obviously further back down the order. He's made a mistake there, so the number 56 Audi struggling in this race, but the the other Audi of Neil Farmack, the number 12 Audi, is in front, so number 12 leads. And then Seek 1 in the BMW in second place as you come out of 130R. Nice line through there from number 88. And then we've got Nick Hash followed by Callum down towards the chicane. And then again we've got the two Subarus here side by side providing all the entertainment here. Firepower gets straight past his teammate on top end speed because of the weight difference. Into 130R and then down towards the chicane. Task 1's very brave on the brakes down here, even with the weight on. So as Firepower goes a bit wide there, makes a mistake. Task 1 will close right up behind his teammate. Remember, Task 1 is in 4th place in the championship at the minute. He's still got some way to go in the points as well, but obviously this is not going to look good for him in 8th place. But obviously the Subaru not carrying the weight as well as the Scirocco. The Scirocco is doing very well with the weight. There is Bidzster on full weight in 5th. Still doing very well here as we look at Callum and Nick Hash, and the battle for the lead is on. Seek 1 right up behind Neil Farmack now. The fastest first sector of the race so far, and the last lap was the fastest of the race. 207.4 to Neil Farmack's 207.7, so 3/10 faster than the Audi at the minute as the Audi goes and makes a little mistake there. That's all that Seek will need to close up. It does close up at the second Degner under the bridge. Because remember, Suzuka, a figure of 8 circuit, as you can see from the map on the top right hand corner. Into the hairpin. Seek 1 closes, but again not close enough to make a move yet as the two Subarus here. Rodders has gone back down to 8th place. Rodders has been shuffled right back down. So we'll get a replay on what happened to Rodders there. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Rodders then on lap 4 of the race, going down towards the first corner. Goes in too hot and then goes on the AstroTurf and rear wheel drive. You cannot recover that. He's got to go all the way around and then try and rejoin. He rejoins just behind Firepower, and then going up here, he's still trying to get the dirt off his tyres. Task 1's harassing him from behind through this section still. Izzy Rodders defends there, goes up over the curb and goes wide, and Task 1 goes straight through even before the next corner. Little tap to say thank you, and then on his way, and then Rodders back down to 8th. So as we come back from that, Bidzster in 5th place on his own. Let's have a look at the battle for the lead then. Neil Farmack into Spoon Curve, followed by Seek 1 in the BMW, really trying in this one. The only Jägermeister BMW on track, and he's trying to go for that win. Trying to keep up the points tally because they're in 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship at the minute. In the Teams' Championship is the Jägermeister BMW. They're doing very well in that, so they need to try and close up. and they are battling with these guys in front of the Spitfire team. As Seat1's lost control through 130R and goes right round 360, practicing the ballet, and what a ballet that was. I've never seen that before, a full 360 and then just goes down the gears as he were turning around and gets straight back on with it. I'm not even sure if he lost too much time there. He's gone across the line, he's only lost 3 seconds. That is amazing. We'll just get another replay angle on that because that were phenomenal. Okay, here's another angle from the stuntman himself, Seat1, into 130R, and then just catches the grass before the curve and goes right round, changes down the gears, lets go of the brake, perfect 360, and then just gets back on it like nothing ever happened, and he's only lost about 2.5, 3 seconds, so absolutely amazing job there by Seat1 to recover from that. So as we come back from literally the save of the season, we come back to watch Firepower and Task 1, and obviously I think they got through Spoon without any over dramatic ballet dancing, but they go through along the start finish straight, so a little bit more spread out now. But again, that doesn't mean to say that the race won't be boring, because it'll never be boring because it's LPB racing. So we've got Callum now in front of Nick Hash. I've just realised the blue paint on Callum's car compared to the yellow on Nick Hash, so yep, Callum takes the 3rd place then, so Nick Hash either made a mistake or let him back through, so we'll just get a replay on how that happened as well. Okay, here's a replay of how Nick Hash ended up letting Callum go through. So we go up to here, you see Nick Hash is very fast up the hill trying to get the power on, and he's literally dancing with the grass and the gravel and rejoins there, and he's really slow now and Callum's approaching him, so he decides, right, I'm not going to get in his way, I'll let him go through so I don't compromise his line. Sensible stuff there from Nick Hash, and that's how Callum got 3rd. So as we come back from that then, we've got Rodders, who's trying to catch up to Task 1. There's Rodders, and there's Task 1. So Rodders goes wide there though, onto the gravel, just losing a bit of time there, just went a bit too hot into the corner, and that's the consequence. You'll lose a couple of seconds to the car in front. One mistake round Suzuka can really destroy your race. As we look back at Seat1 now, obviously after the pirouette of the season, he's now gone slightly more back from Neil Farmack, more into the hands of the Mazdas now. So the Mazda's trying to do all they can. Callum's fast slapping this at 208.6, but don't forget guys, in this race Callum is still carrying 3rd place ballast from the last one. Nick's not got any on, so this is probably why that the Nick has not Callum's not been able to pass Nick until now. So Callum with work to do then, with a bit of weight on the car. Bidzster will be happy with 5th place. That'll not be too many points that Callum gets from him in this one, even with the weight disadvantage. And even if Bidzster does finish 5th, he'll still only have to carry 40 kilos in the next race, compared to if Callum finishes where he's now, 120. So be a lot different with the weight into the next race. So Neil Farmack then in the Audi across the line. The Spitfire Audi team, number 12, leads the race from Seat1 in the Jägermeister BMW number 88. He's in 2nd. Then in 3rd, it was Callum, and now Nick's having to go back at him. So clearly they're not playing the team game here for the Drivers' Championship. Nick wants all the points he can get. So number 73, Nick Hash goes straight through on the number 1 Callum there, the reigning champion from last season, wanting to keep that number 1 for the next season. So we'll have to see if Callum can fight back against his teammate there, or whether Nick's made that set in stone and that's what's going to happen. So, and Bidzster's gone off. Bidzster's gone off and Firepower goes through. So they can't have been in contact, because Bidzster was quite a bit ahead of Firepower. So we'll get a replay on that. So as we come back from a rare mistake from Bidzster into turn 1, he's back down to 6th place, and Firepower up to 5th, so that sort of saves Callum's soul a little bit, but it has still really helped Callum if Nick had played the team game, but obviously doesn't look like he's going to. So there's Rodders back in 8th place, Task 1 with the weight on in, 2nd place weight in 7th place, so again not doing too bad. And then Stacker, who's slightly closed up on the pack now, he's done a 209.4 the last time round, and Rodders is in the 13s and the 12s, and so is Task. So Stacker really getting on with it here, just obviously not very consistent, but he's getting on with it. Well, the last 2 laps have been consistent, 209.8 and 209.4, so you think this lap will be a 209.6 with the way he's going at it. Just keep it nice and average. As So let's have a look at the two Mazdas then. Still Nick from Callum, 3rd and 4th as we go down towards 130R. Let's see if Seat 1 does any ballet practice this time. Nope, keeps it well away from that outside this time, and down towards the chicane we go. There's Nick Hash with Callum behind him again into the chicane. And out of it. So Nick Hash out of the chicane. Callum tries to close up, but again with the weight he'll not be able to close up that much. As Firepower comes through 130R in a very solid 5th place. Hats off to the man, he's done very well in the last few championships. He's really proved himself this season as a worthy midfield contender now. So well done to Firepower there. And there's Bidzster with the maximum ballast on, trying to keep up with him. There's his teammate Task 1, there's Firepower's teammate Task 1 with 2nd place weight from the last round on. He's being slowly caught now by Rodders. Let's have a look at the laps. 2:13.2 for Task and a 2:12.1 for Rodders, his personal best of the race. So he's definitely on the move, trying to catch him now. And Stacker in the background at 2:09.9. So yes, he's still keeping it consistent there, lapping to within a couple of tenths a lap. So well done to Stacker there, good consistent driving. As we've got a battle on here, Callum is right behind Nick Hash now. The two Mazdas close together. Obviously Callum's realised he's got to fight for this position if he wants to get some more points in the championship, because Nick Hash is not going to let him have it easy, because he's got his own battles to be getting in the championship, as well as Callum. And obviously if they can do some nice average finishing in these races as well, they should wrap up the team's championship hopefully by the next race, so we'll have to see about that. But Callum's still trying with all his might to try and get past, as Task 1 still keeping Rodders at bay and goes a bit wide into the first Egner. That's not going to help him out. Into the braking point, Rodders getting rid of a slight little penalty there, and then gets a little twitch on the way out, so that saves Task 1's skin for another half a lap or so, unless he makes a mistake into here. But this is where the Subaru's pretty good. Into this corner, straighten it up, get the power on. Obviously, whoa! I say good, he ran really wide there. He had a whole load of understeer there, practically front wheel drive on the way out that corner. But Rodders closes up, goes alongside in the Lexus, uses the overspeed. No weight in that Lexus, and even gets through before he gets to the next curve before Spoon. So Rodders straight through into 7th place, then a little bit of lag there, but still no harm done. Into the Spoon exit, Task 1 carries too much speed on the way in and has to slow up. Rodders into 7th place then, as Callum and Nick Hash still battling hard here. Callum really having to earn his meal here, but Nick Hash not making it easy by any means. In down towards turn 1, Nick Hash, he's gone off. Nick Hash makes a mistake and goes off, and then Callum will gladly take that. He needs all the points he can get, so the only reason why he got past there is because Nick Hash made a mistake. So Nick Hash makes a mistake, goes back down to 4th, Callum up to 3rd. Brilliant. As then we've got Bidzster trying to catch Firepower up here, but he's done a 2:10. Bidzster in the 2:11s with the weight on, so still can't quite get close enough. Rodders there in 7th, and now Stacker has passed Task 1. We missed that. We'll get a replay on that. So as we come back from that then, Stacker into 8th place, Task 1 back down to last place in 9th. So that's all changed there. Nick Hash now will be really on it to try and catch his teammate, but again, will he consider his teammate's championship position, or will he actually go for the move? We'll see. I don't think Callum's going to pull away from here unless he can pull a rabbit out of the hat because of the weight. But we'll have to see as we go on in this race. So Neil Farmack then on the penultimate lap of the race, who was just set the fastest lap of the race on that previous one as well, just to rub it in the faces a bit more. Neil Farmack, a 2:07.4. What a lap by Neil. Up over the curb out of Spoon. And then here's Seat 1, 2nd place. A very solid drive for him. 2:08 down the board, more or less. Really consistent driving from him as well. Callum, a bit lucky to get 3rd place there from a mistake from his teammate, but I'm sure Nick Hash hasn't given up yet, even though he's practically rally crossing out of Spoon and tries to shake a bit more of the weight off, but not going to happen. As Firepower in 5th place then. Bidzster in 6th, trying to close up, but no cigar yet. Rodders in 7th, and then Stacker and Task 1 side by side down towards Spoon curve. In towards Spoon, Stacker's slightly in front, Task 1 onto the brakes, very close, almost touching round the first half of Spoon curve. You've got to treat it as one apex, and Stacker straightens up the steering, and then he tries to get a decent run out the corner, and he does. This is where the extra power of the TT and the less weight will come in, and you can just see him pulling away You can see visually, look, he's leaving him behind, absolutely leaving him behind. Then we look from Task 1, there he is pulling away. Task 1 then got some work to do here as we look at Stacker going into the chicane. And then about to start the last lap of the race. Task 1 closes right up through the chicane. That's where the Subaru's really good, but this is where the Audi's good. Pull away on power. So last lap of the race then for Neil Farmack, more or less dominant from the start in this race. Got to the front, stayed at the front. And a good job here by Neil. Seat 1, a very worthy second place. Callum still third. Then Nick Hash a bit further back now. So clearly Nick Hash is, looks like he's more or less settling for that 4th place now as he makes a little mistake into there, goes a bit wide. And then completely missed the apex there as well. So clearly looks like he's set himself up for a 4th place finish for definite. There's Firepower in 5th. Bidzster still can't catch him, still in the 211s. And Firepower still in the 210s. So doing very well there is Firepower in that one, but he's going to carry weight for the next one, which will be a good, nice change for Firepower to do that. He's not carried weight before, I don't think, so well done to him as Bidzster goes through in 6th. Rodders still trying to keep Stacker at bay, so that's the battle to watch on the last lap of the race as well. As Rodders slides that Lexus straight through under the bridge. And then we've got Stacker and Task 1 trying to catch each other up as Task 1 makes an error there. So Task 1 makes an error, goes wide onto the grass. But here's Neil Farmack approaching the last chicane for the last time in this race. Brilliant victory here from Neil Farmack in the Spitfire Audi. Maximum points for him, but it's going to be maximum weight as well. So Neil Farmack comes across the line to take victory here at Suzuka. The finish line quite early there. He crossed the line to win. Seat 1 is going to come through in 2nd place in the BMW. He's happy with that. 2nd place for him. Callum's going to come through in 3rd and get as many points as he can to get in front of Bidzster again. So 3rd for Callum, 4th for Nick Hash there. Firepower is going to come through hopefully in 5th place as long as he doesn't make any mistakes through this chicane. Into the chicane he goes. Last time, making sure he doesn't get no penalties or anything, just to make sure it's nice and clean. And here comes Firepower for a top 5 finish. Well done. And he gets 5th place with 40 kilos for the next one. Bidzster in 6th place, did all he could with the weight on. But again, that's not a bad finish from Bidzster there, well done. And Rodders is going to get 7th. Just from Stacker. So Rodders 7th in the Lexus, Stacker 8th in the Audi, and then it's going to be Task 1 in the Subaru that rounds off the 9. So 9th place there for Task 1. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that race then. So Neil Farmack takes the win there in the TT, well done to him. Seat 1 after practicing his ballet in 2nd place. Then it's Callum in 3rd in the Atenza, followed closely on by Nick Hash in 4th place. Then it's Firepower into the top 5, good work there from Firepower. Bidzster in 6th with maximum weight on. Stacker finishes in 7th in the TT, Rodders comes home in 8th, and Task 1 rounds off the 9. And then we've got Neil Farmack, 2 minutes 7.4, the fastest lap. So there's your winner, Neil Farmack in the Audi. Well done to Neil Farmack, and we'll see you guys for race 2. Take care, guys.